Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 here today on the channel. We're back on our Divide et Impera, Imperator Augustus, Cleopatra Egyptian campaign. This is episode 2. In today's episode, we're going to continue to expand and conquer neighboring kingdoms. Here today, we're going after the Nasamones. We're going to be trying to capture the desert nomadic tribes of North Africa and bring them under our control. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series thus far, where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Feedback and suggestions are welcomed. Feel free to leave a dislike as well if you want to. We are using an Egyptian Cleopatra reskin mod. I'll put that in the description below on top of the links for DEI, Divide et Impera. So in the last episode we managed to take the holy city of Jerusalem and bring it under our control. We eliminated the faction of Judea. We were going after the Nasamones, but they rose up against Mark Antony, their overlords. We used that opportunity to seize the city for ourselves. We're slowly but surely putting our money into the Egyptian economy and trying to build it up. Public order is slowly coming back on our way. And we're also converting the Egyptian populace to Hellenic. That's what we technically are in this. We are at war with Thrace, Lepidus' Rome, and Pompey. And we are still a client state of Mark Antony, but we do have a higher level of autonomy than what you'd be considered a normal vassal in this game would have. I'm currently married to Marcus Antonius, the Emperor of Mark Antony's Rome. I'd love to see sort of how the war is going, but we just can't. If we had military access or alliance, we'd be able to see. I want to eventually try and upgrade that. So in Alexandria here, we've got a grain pit. We've also got a shrine of Ammon Zeus coming along as well. Praised to be Zeus Ammon, father of Alexander. We're also getting some subterranean aqueducts built in Alexandria to get that sanitation through. We've got a grain pit in the city centre. We've also got our main military buildings here. I'll try and make Jerusalem sort of the cultural hub of the East. Try and get that sanitation up as well. And we're building currently a shrine to Poseidon there as well. Over in Libya, we want to try and take the entirety of it, bar what Cyrenaica occupied beforehand. So army-wise, we've got 7 units in the south, just defending and keeping an eye on those southern, what are they exactly? More desert nomads with Axum and such. Nabatea, we've got good relations with, and some of the other Saudi Arabian kingdoms. For this series, I wanted to take out Judea. We've done that. I want to go for now continuing to build up Egypt so that we're strong enough to springboard over from Egypt to North Africa. I'd like to bring Carthage under Egyptian control, then Syracuse, then Rome, and we could even betray my husband, but we'll just have to see. Let me know in the comments. We currently have 75% of the government. We are technically a kingdom in our own right. We could go with an empire eventually if things work out. A child is still yet to be born to me. That's alright. So let's have a look at what we're working with here. So the Nasamones are at war with Mark Antony. So I'm going to negotiate with my husband. I will join your war against these desert nomads for some money. Maybe we can get some better quality relations as well. As well, they're not too bad for now. We'll just have to see. How much money can I squeeze out of my husband? Maybe 8,000? Okay, maybe nowhere near that much. The more we can get and bring independence for the Egyptian economy, the better. They're still rejecting that. Maybe because he just doesn't have the finances in his treasury, but it does say it's quite strong. 3,000 is going to help us in this war. That's alright. So we'll get Cleopatra now here with her full stack. 4 units of Egyptian cataphracts, 1 unit of Greek light. Most of my army is made up of Egyptian thorax swordsmen and some Egyptian pikemen, along with some Egyptian slingers. Let's siege out the desert nomads' capital. And there's only a small garrison inside. African villagers, spearmen, hunters, and tribesmen. We're going to be able to take their capital in one fell swoop. Cleopatra is victorious for now. 3,500 Egyptians against 331 lost, and they deployed 2.2k. Okay, let's occupy the city. The Pharaoh is victorious. So we're going to be able to break down their trading stations. We shall convert this to a farming settlement. How good is the farming here, of course? Party affiliation is okay. Most of Egypt and Judea, the most valuable settlements are towards the Ptolemy dynasty rather than the Greek nobles. Faction ownership. I wanted to see region growth, wealth. I wanted to see sort of farming stuff. Maybe we can sort of make it a trade hub. That might be the best bet. Market, civil, farming. Let's just go with civil for now. Okay, and we'll break this military building down as well. Okay, I've got another general here with 7 units. A little bit more on the way. They're going to garrison this. My spy should be in range. Now, I already knew because of my spy that the garrison was going to be quite big. They do have a stack and a bit down here in Agala. We'll try and take that. So getting that nice little buffer from my husband. We're going to be able to spend it as well. I do have a small military coming on its way. We're going to need a grain pit there. A small navy will be able to garrison and give us a nice little buff here. We can't build Alexandria up much more. Yeah, we'll probably just leave it at that. We do have a priestess in now, which is one of our dignitaries. We'll try and get that eventually as well. Try and get another one. What's our best next region? Just looking through... yeah, probably the port city here. Anyway, let's end the turn and continue. Oh, Cleopatra has gone up in stats. Okay. So, I think Commander of Men and Ferocious Warrior is probably the go for now. Morale, movement is always good. Melee attack. You can't really beat melee defense. Let's go with movement for now. Just due to the amount of terrain we want to circumnavigate. Yeah, look, we could get the defense buff, but being able to vastly and quickly move through the desert is going to be vital, and especially seeing in DEI we don't have a force march to deal with. We're eventually going to try and conquer North Africa and Lepidus's territories. Oh, it looks like the nomads have pushed to the border here. It might be an open field battle, because even though we sieged out the city of Jerusalem, they pushed against us. Oh, martial priorities. As your enemies gain strength, it is important to have a well-balanced military. I like the sound of that. With that in mind, what kind of training would you like to focus on? Infantry, cavalry, or shipwrights? 25, 20... look, you know what? We could invest in a navy, getting that 25%, because at the moment, we're right at the peak of a perfect amount of military soldiers defending territory to increase our public order. So we're on the sort of perfect margin for that. So I think going with a navy is probably the better bet. So we're going to be able to build a large one. But before I do that, I want to get my final agent down here if we can. So we can bring in another priestess, Irene... Hilara, Ladamia. Let's bring in you. And we'll get you to sit and occupy there. We don't particularly need another spy, and we can't anyway. I wouldn't mind getting another champion as well at some point. So we have 3,000 now to get into our ranks. Let's get another unit there. A supply ship. I don't think we need to probably build 2. 1 should be enough, and we'll keep this small amount of... Actually, we might need to stop that supply one. Yep, because we want to try and upgrade this. We don't want slums to be built there. That's a shame. Let's build a religious building there. Yeah, so we'll just redirect this around, because you're further here in semi-hostile territory, so we'll go with there. Okay, well, Cleopatra, okay, isn't at full strength just yet, and it's going to take her a while before she even gets anywhere close to that. I'm curious, if I march out to my border on the desert and trying to push an attack, is that our best bet? There's 12 units in their capital. Looking at that army build, it's not very strong. Mostly made up of levy spears, Gamantine levies, Libyan slingers, and Ethiopian archers. Look, we're going to push to the border here, posture against them. And what I'll do is I'll send this additional army up now to garrison, just in case those nomads somehow bypass us there. I would love to go into like nearly a fortified stance, but that's not going to work. We'll deploy you to increase your buff, and looking at my other priests, we'll try and get those buffs down as well. Just going to quickly have a look at my building composition. We're fine. So we've got 7 units down here. Can we get another army? No, we're at max. We've got another one here. Trade-wise, we can't get any more. Maybe we can get some military alliances somehow. No, I don't want to cancel that. No, I don't think many people are sort of interested, to be honest. Okay, before we end the turn and continue, let's just move over here, just in case we get attacked in the end turn phase. Okay, so my ship has gone up in stats. Where am I even looking for this? There's so much stuff here you can min-max. Campaign movement with ships and getting the veteran buff. You could also go down maybe the route of public order, because just where we are, we don't want to give him too much authority. We don't want to make him bad just in case there's a defense. Yeah, if you want to make your ships be more of a garrison sort of force, which they kind of are now at the moment, I don't think we're going to have that. Like, it's going to be a while before we can have such a strong Egyptian navy to contend with the naval powers of Pompey and Lepidus. And you never know. Like, Octavian can even snipe us as well. So, we're going to need at least 2, maybe 3 full stacks navy-wise. So, they have attacked us here, which is perfect. We're going to chuck a quick save, and we're going to fight this one. It's going to be a desert battle for Cleopatra. Alrighty, let's fight this one on the battlefield. We've done a quick save and a hard save. Let's go. Let's fight the Nasomones here today, the desert nomads. The Battle of Ammonium, 40 BC. Now, my only concern is if they run us too thin, as if they catch us at certain points with those slingers, like if they concentrate all their firepower on like 1 unit of cataphracts and they move to the swords, we are going to have some problems here. And if they sort of kite and run us around a bit in the hot desert, we could lose some casualties. But if we sort of spread out far enough, maybe even go in a loose formation, just try and engage them in combat, we should be alright. But Cleopatra now, with the defeat of Jerusalem, and soon to be the desert nomads, we're slowly but surely building a Hellenic Ptolemy North Africa worthy of Alexander's ancestors. Okay guys, welcome to the battlefield. A nice dry day in the North African desert. Alrighty, so if we can somehow get out of our block, and we can't sort of space them out too much. Okay, we'll try and make this as best as we can. Center hold there. We'll go something like that. And we'll go something like this, because hopefully if we could go like just a bit rough, right, then we eventually can drag this out. Okay, skirmishers. They just don't have... Yeah, they really just don't have the infantry to really scare me like that. So I think just trying to swarm them as best we can. Now, seeing that Cleopatra doesn't have any children, doesn't have an heir, I can't risk her moving into the front lines there. But here is Cleopatra, the uniter of all Egypt. Egypt. I don't know why I said that so weird. Once we finish these desert nomads here today and secure further territory for Egypt, we're going to be able to push upon the Romans, harassing and pesking my husband. Strong long front line, keen and ready to push. Slingers further on the left and right flank. So get ready, men, to basically charge from the get-go. Yeah, and there's no way for me to, like, formation. No, it's no way to, like, make them way more spaced out or anything. No. Okay, so already they still haven't matched us as such. So you pierce for something like that. You go for something like this. You swing further around this way. Continue to skirmish that. Pick potentially infantry for now. And if I can get everyone to like pick one unit and match them, that would be ideal. That's what I probably want. And then go like that. Alright, they're now being engaged. That's fine. Maybe get away from those chariots and move down here. Okay, slightly move you up, but by not much. Alright, swing those skirmishers further back. They're now routing. You can swing and attack something like this. Make sure they don't come back in. Got a good charge here now. And now their front line of Egyptians are starting to meet with the North Africans here. Okay, let's slow things down slightly. So you can chase that comfortably. You're actually dealing with chariots now. So maybe fall back to a better quality position and we'll deal with that. Okay. Continue to skirmish this sort of stuff. You're alright doing that. I need to suppress you, Mark Strong. I'm so sorry. Alright, you can push for this. You're doing okay here. You're hitting them fine. Countercharge this. You go into the back of that. Okay, it's only skirmishes there. You're piercing that right. And you're fighting these very lights. You can cycle charge this a lot better. And we can drop some buffs with Cleopatra. Right, so you're standing still now because those chariots have rotated away. We might even get a really nice high ground charge. Right, try and dish that up. It's a little bit dynamic, this fight. It's a little bit all over the place. We'll be fine if we just sort of pay attention a bit. I want to try and get a charge down here, but it's probably not going to happen. Alright, you hit this then. Oh no, there we go. Come on, Cataphracts, chase them down. Yes, there we go. And we've caught these ones here as well. Bring them down! Africa will be Cleopatra's. Alright, there we go. Alright, what the fuck's happening over here? Alright, swords, yes, fine. Alright, go there, swing this way, fine. You can sort of angle into this sort of stuff. You're fine doing that. You need to be like, you're just getting tied down here, mate. Like shit. Alright, cycle charge this, please. Now go again. Right, how are you doing down here, mate? You can go here, that's fine. Pull back there. Okay, you can go after this. I think this was the play to try and get as many of them up like that. You continue to give chase here. You can go after this. They're getting them fine. They've cycle charged that alright. Continue to pepper down into that. Slightly move you higher up. You focusing on this is alright. They're starting to rout here now. Pull back, cycle charge again. Good, we're really getting into the thick of it. There we go. Cut them down. They're incredibly light armoured. So we should be able to just carve them to pieces. Bring them down, lads. Cavalry's doing well, alright. The front line's holding here for now. Pikes are still holding them back. Right, no one's being caught here now that we're retreating. Alright, that's fine. Alright, get them back around here. Alright, continue to move here. The problem is if some of them get caught, that's the only thing. If people get caught just sort of exposed from either a left or right flank. They're sitting back alright, so it's not too bad. Alright. We'll sit there, it's alright. Actually, go forward. Go down into this. You guys can hit this weaker unit back here. Good. We met them on the open field, so we don't have to push a siege. Oh, really? They started routing. Just a bit odd. Alright. Alright. These archers are now routing, which is a good sign for us. There we go. Cut him down. Keep going. There we go. Oh, for Egypt. Oh my god. That's what we want. Alright, you're going after this. Where's my cavalry? Get into the back of that. Alright, continue to focus and phase off this. How well are these guys going after them? They're alright. They could deal with some cavalry, probably help as well. Alright, we just need to catch them, because we don't want to be running too far around. Okay, go after this where you can, you go after that. We've nearly got them in a full retreat. It's actually quite cool, the white they have. Here are the Egyptian heavy cataphracts. They're not very heavy. Some of them are fighting with hammers. Like, unbelievable. Poor guys getting mowed down. Toppling with his coin purse there. Alright, how's our cavalry doing? Right, sit them back because they're just exhausted. These skirmishers are just ripping through the cataphracts. As much as I like them, and they're so useful, they just get ripped to shreds. Maybe because, like, Judea and the North Africans have a lot of good missile buffs. That could be the reason where I'm sort of highlighting and noticing that a lot more. Right, then you can go for that. Alrighty. Oh, they haven't completely routed. They're still holding on here at the edge of the map. It's a slaughter. We're still finishing off the last of them. Excellent. What's still holding on here then? A unit of archers. While most of them in a full retreat. Let's swing everyone after them. Even Cleopatra herself, if we can. There we go. The last lonely archer unit. Holding on. Let's continue. Victory. And here we have Cleopatra further at the back coming in with the charge. Leading from the front. I like it. It's just so risky charging her in. Because I'm pretty sure if she dies, it's like GG for this campaign. The archers are now no more there. Yeah, we got them. There's a couple more moving on the far side of the desert there. We have victory here today. A close victory, supposedly. Cleopatra was outnumbered, in fact. She deployed 3,172. We lost 930. The men of Nasamones, a northern desert African tribe, deployed 3,895 under their general Bassa Keren. Okay, and he lost 3,115. Cleopatra, with her javelin chariot unit sitting back, got 57. The cataphracts did well. 150. 227. 420! Yeah, sick. How well did everyone else do? 78. 114. The lighter ones got 197. Slingers did tremendously well once again. 138.69. Sick. I love these fucking memes. Right. What did most of the damage? They're spears, actually. 109, 50, 79. And their archers and some slingers, when they targeted a unit and didn't get phased out, 84, 101. That's what I was sort of worried about. But the rule of thumb I use for Total War, from beginners to legendary veterans of the game, as long as you don't lose half of what the enemy deploy, you're doing alright. Obviously, if you lose more, it's bad. The less, the progressively better you get. So, they deployed 4,000. We lost, we'll round it up, right? Make things easier. They deployed 4,000, we lost 1,000. So it would be kind of poor average maybe if we got about half, depending on the circumstances. But as we got 1,000 left, it's not too bad. But things slightly change and there's variation because this was a very cheap army to build for them. And it did quite well. It performed well on the battle map. All roads lead to Rome. Good. Hopefully I can carve them all up in North Africa and eventually get there. Okay, guys, welcome to the campaign map. Cleopatra is victorious. 4-5 in the general. Pesky units escaped. We shall kill the remaining captives, which have fled further back westward into the desert. I don't imagine they've got much more of a military force left. The mysteries. Okay, while hunting for a kidnapped daughter, Persephone, the goddess Demeter, arrested at a town of Elysius, disguised as an old woman, she came... Oh, okay, I remember this myth. And taught him about agriculture, such as myths inspired by any of his mysteries. Lesson of purification, initiates, sacrifice of piglets. Is this one of the mystery cults where they get high? And they drink that fermented wheat, I think it is, or mushrooms or whatever? Most ancient stuff's a mushroom cult. Held in summer, great mysteries, cracking jokes to the meter. Okay, so what do we get here? Oh! Mother of grain, giver of bounty, bringer of law, Demeter, we offer you our praise. Hellenic and public order buff. Alright, we'll take that. Alright, so we don't lose much attrition just going into the desert. No, we don't. And it looks like they're trying to bounce back and recruit from that defeat straight away. It does look like we've... Actually, let's give Trace... What? Okay. We should be able to finish him off now anyway. Let's just go with a balanced stance. Defeat this army once and for all. So there was a heroic victory icon on the map. What is? I think that gives you slight buffs. Because we got one in Jerusalem as well. 52 will kill... Actually... Ransom Nana. We'll kill the captors. If it was Attila, we'd probably take on the replenishment. And we'll drop the spy there. And I think we should just go all the way and try and finish them off here today. No point of waiting. Yeah, so it's a heroic victory. We had one in Jerusalem as well when we fought them on the field. Okay, so we're getting a +5 now. We're slowly transferring that Egyptian culture to Hellenic. You're now holding here, which is fine. And we can deploy some of these now because it's the top of the turn. Alrighty. Cleopatra is still on the march. We should be able to take Aguila in the next turn. No buffs or upgrades for her just yet. So Cleopatra is currently camping just outside an oasis before Aguila is taken. Now, once this North African tribe is eliminated, we're probably going to be bordering with Lepidus. So we need to keep an eye on if a wandering full stack comes out of nowhere from Carthage. I wonder how fares the Roman war. Oh, they've actually marched out against us here. We'll chuck a quick save. They actually outnumber us a bit. What's the auto resolve for this? Balance, 66 aggressive. Yep, let's just auto resolve this one, seeing as we fought one here today. Oh no! That's okay. We lost 2 units of Egyptian thorax swordsmen, which isn't good. But we did lose a unit of cavalry as well. Damn, man, maybe I should have played that one. They did outnumber us a bit. I'm surprised how savage... Well, no, I'm not. I forget this is DEI. You can't auto-resolve in this. It massively disadvantages you. Which, I guess it forces you to play more or less. Oh, warning, protection expired in Egypt. That's alright. We still control a lot of it anyway, 76%. And the further victories we gain with Cleopatra, her authority is getting stronger. So even though it attacked us here, they are still holding a strong garrison. Let's hope we don't lose too many more in an auto-resolve like that. Oh god, none. I was worried that we were. We're whittled down to 1.4k now. Let's occupy the city. And I reckon that's it for the Nasamones. My Imperium is now gone up. We can go from 4 to 6 armies, 2 to 3 fleets. We can get more governors and some championes as well. Let's try and convert to a grain field, and we'll go with a farming settlement here as well. So we are bordering with Lepidus now. And we are at war with him, so we do need to keep an eye on that. And who's this there? Ah, the Gumantians. I believe that your African allies had some of your soldiers in your ranks. So, can we make a peace with any of these guys, just out of curiosity? Lepidus is there, Pompey's here. Mark Antony's just doing his thing. We can kind of see a bit more now. He still seems to be holding off in certain regions. No matter, we'll move my spy now further into Lepidus's land. We'll deploy that, and we're going to have to hold here in our African territory for now. Alrighty, guys. Well, unfortunately, on that note, it's time to end episode 2 of the Cleopatra campaign here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. We've managed to knock out Gumantia. Not Gumantia. I bloody called them Gumantia already. I've forgotten their name. The Nasamones. Another kingdom bites the dust. Yeah, so we're actually boarding with Lepidus, so we can probably march against him in the next episode once we rally up and get this replenishment back. We could even hire some elephants. That might be cool. You might not expect that. But for now, we've nearly built up a strong enough economy to contend with some of the Roman factions. Now, Nabatea has trespassed within my lands. I've got to keep an eye on for that. So comparing myself strength-wise to Lepidus, not half. We'd probably beat Pompey. Mark Antony. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of a swing and a sway between the two of them. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Peace. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series. And if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.